Hey guys, it's Rhea. What is up? I hope you're good. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is probably going to be a long one. So we are doing my wrap up for both February and March. I didn't do one in February because I didn't think there would be a lot to talk about since I finished a series and read one book besides that. But that means that today, let me just show you, we have a lot to talk about. So in February, I read 4 books. 3 of them were book 2, 3, and 4 of the Hades series by Tate James. Book 1 being Seventh Circle. And I realized after that, when you put them together, you can see the Hades logo that is talked a lot in this series. Anyways, so I'm going to talk about book 1 because that's what's going to be interesting for y'all. So book 1 here is Seventh Circle. Now, if you're going to read this series, I highly recommend you to read the Madison Kate series by this author first, because we are in the same city and we see Madison Kate and her boys come back up, and as well, like, we talk a lot about gangs, and we do explore the gang mechanism and society that we have in this series in the Madison Kate series. So, this book is about our main character, Hades. She is a gang leader and she is the most feared person in this tri-state area. She's the leader of the Tri-State Timberwolves, who were thought to be extinct after 5 years ago. Our main character, Hades, goes and kills her father, who was the head of the Timberwolves. She also rules over multiple gangs that are in the Tri-State. She's basically like above the gang leaders, if we can say it that way. She has 2 rules in her, like, for her gangs. 1, no PCP/angel dust is a drug. 2, no human trafficking, especially minors, because of her past and what her father was like. Well, PCP starts showing up in her area, and she tries to go and find out who the fuck is responsible for it. And throughout this series, we also have, like, it's very romance heavy as well as gang heavy. So we have those 2 worlds of the gangs and this heavy romance with, we have 3 love interests in here. It is a reverse harem, and like the 3 romances are very different and they cohabit so well. I loved this series. So we have Seventh Circle, Anarchy, Club 22, and Timber, which are actually all names of clubs that Hades has. So that's fun. And as I said, like, the 3 romances are all different from each other. We have a best friend to lover. We have an instant romance, like, supposed to be a hookup, but needs to be more. And another one that's like friend-ish to rejection to hookup to lovers situation. Anyways, I really liked this series. And the only other thing I read in February was Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Now, Ali Hazelwood is my favorite author. She's up there with Lily Gold and Anna Wong, okay? This is her kinkiest book, smuttiest book up to date. And I feel like I say that, like, we hear that with every new book that comes out. Like, oh, it's smuttier and kinkier than the one before. And I love that for her. Also, look at this beautiful edition. It's so fucking pretty. So in this book, we have Scarlett Vandermeer. She is a up-and-coming student athlete diver. And a couple years ago, she had an incident while diving, and she's trying to take up on it and get back to where she was before. Our love interest is the swim captain. He is a world Olympic champion, little golden boy. Lucas, I'm gonna probably butcher this name. Blunkvist? Blunkvist, I think. Or Blunkvist. I'm so sorry. He's from the Netherlands. So I'm sorry if I fucked that up. Little Lucas. They start this arrangement to have kinky sex, and that's just what it's gonna be. Only sex. Because Lucas is Scarlett's diving mate slash friend's ex. But they both have the same kinks. They're both into the same things. So they get into this arrangement to have kinky sex. And of course, Ali Hazelwood, romance author, they end up falling head over heels for each other. And it is so fucking cute. And I loved it. It made my heart very happy. Next up, we're going to talk about my least favorite book out of this whole pile. Because after this, it's only 5 stars. We have The Kiss Thief. It was alright. I read the whole thing. It kept my attention. It occupied my mind. Not more than that. So, I remember no one's name. So this is about Mafia Princess Francesca. She is, you know, the Don's daughter, the Don's princess. And she's always known that one day she will be in an arranged marriage. But she, as well as everyone who knew her, thought she would be engaged to this one guy who is like her father's right arm's son, who she's known since she was a kid, both crushing on each other for so long. And at a ball one night, she's like, okay, I'm gonna kiss him for the first time today. It's gonna be the day that's gonna change our lives. And then a man with the same mask as him, because it was, of course, a masked ball, comes up to her and she kind of makes out with him. Turns out that man is Wolf Keaton, and that kiss just sealed the arranged marriage. Wolf Keaton is a senator. He will do anything to get inside of the Don's head and life to kill the mafia from the inside. And he somehow is able to get an arranged marriage with Francesca. I say somehow, but honestly, blackmail. And he basically locks her away in his mansion and like awaiting their marriage, and they somehow end up falling in love. I don't feel like there was any chemistry to this. I didn't really like it that much. As I said, it kept me entertained. I didn't DNF this, but that's it. Ooh, talking about DNF, I actually DNF'd the book. Give me a second. Okay, right after reading The Kiss Thief, I actually read 15 pages of this book and DNF'd it. I thought this would be so good. This is Le Cri des Sirènes by Christophe Kayser. It's a French or Quebec book. What it says is basically that this girl one day finds a mermaid, brings her home to heal her, and this mermaid then lives for years in her bathtub. It says it's a LGBT fantasy, which is original and engaging. Now, as I said, I read 15 pages and I DNF'd it. Mostly because it is a stream of consciousness. This is written as journal entries, because our main character basically writes down what's going on in her life in her journal, and also what happens with the mermaid. And it's over the 6 years, I think. I think technically the mermaid and the girl end up falling in love. But yeah, it's a stream of consciousness written as journal entry. The only time I've liked a book that was like that, I was in high school, and it was Me Being Me is Just As Something As You Being You. And it's a book written in lists, and I really like that. But yeah, I don't really like books written as journal entries. But I was so interested in like a girl falling in love with a mermaid and it's gay. Like, but after that, I picked up Lights Out by Nevessa Allen. As someone who do love masked men on TikTok, and I do comment on masked men TikTok, and bro, like my heart does backflip because sometimes they like answer or like the comments and I'm like, hello? Reading this? I don't like how it's really like, it's marketed as a dark romance like you've never seen before. It's not real dark. Like, it's a darkish rom-com. So we have Josh, who is a masked man on, they never say TikTok, but it's TikTok. And, you know, he does these little thirst trap videos. And then we have Allie, who is a emergency nurse, a trauma nurse. I'm unsure. Who, like me, loves her masked man TikTok, and she was obsessed with this one TikToker and keeps commenting on it and everything, which is Josh. And at the start of the book, she sends a screenshot of Josh's TikTok to a dude she was hooking up with, like, yo, can we do this? And he answers to her like, first of all, I'm not in a relationship. I'm so sorry. Second of all, no thanks. And that guy turns his phone to his roommate and goes, look what she just texted me. The roommate being Josh. So now Josh kind of stalks her. He kind of breaks into her house, kind of learn everything he can about her. And they do end up falling in love, of course. And there's a twist, well, a plot line that I didn't know would happen. Like, the whole plot line from, like, this much. Like, 2/3 in. There's this plot line that just starts, and I didn't know it was gonna be there. But holy shit, I loved it. This was such a good book. So, after reading this, well, while reading it, I kind of felt a slump coming on. And what do we do when we feel a reading slump coming on? We reread favorites, of course. What's the best way to nope a slump? Reading books you know you're gonna love. So, let me tell you, I reread favorites. First of all, I reread my third all-time favorite book, Faking with Benefit by Lily Gold. This is a friends to friends with benefit to lover romance. Not just that, reverse harem. It's a reverse harem. It is smutty. It is funny. It is sweet. It is cute. It is fucking amazing. So, this book is about Miss Layla Thompson. She is a lingerie designer. She is doing super well for herself in every sphere except her love life. She has been in 100 first dates in the past 2, I want to say, years. And she still can never get a second date. Her 3 best friends / neighbors, well, they have a relationship advice podcast. So, she ends up fake dating, well, at first 2 of them and then the 3 of them, for the podcast, for a bit. Like, she's doing it for the plot. She's asking them to teach her how to date. And of course, they are falling in love with each other, and it is just... also, something I love about Lily Gold, every single character have depth and backstories that are very interesting. And like, I feel like sometimes in romances that have more than just two love interests, like two people falling in love, it is hard to do. Like sometimes you'll get like a deeper thing for one of them, but the other like, oh, I have a perfect upbringing, so whatever. Which actually happens in two of the books we're gonna see after that I still loved. But yeah, every character have depth. We do talk about bullying a lot in this, and not essay, but bullying that are around essay, like sexual bullying, if I can say. So yeah, and of course there's very explicit content, because I am not only a romance girly, I am a slut girly. For everyone's happiness, enjoyment, convenience, I don't know. Next, I reread my all-time favorite book for like the 6th time I think it is that I've read it. Wait, I keep track. For the 5th time I've read The Love Hypothesis. This is my reading copy, okay? I have my reading copy, I have my French copy, and I have my special edition. Give me a second, I need to show you that. Okay, so are you ready? This is my reading copy. It is just a regular paperback. It is tabbed so much, and I've kept track of like which tabs are which time I'm reading it. And I also have, if I can find one, I have some little, like here, notes on transparent sticky notes. On page 20 of this book, we have a sticky note that says, "Fuck you, Tom." If you know, you know. This is my all-time favorite book. So my top 3 favorite books of all time are Love Hypothesis, Den of Vipers, and then Faking with Benefits. So yeah, this is my reading copy, okay? Then we have my French copy, which has this beautiful, like, red alternative cover. It's also paperback. I never read it in French, and I don't think I will. And then this is another French copy, but it is like, the title is in English. This is my special edition from Ville Haute, Hauteville. It's beautiful. And it's faced out this way on the bookshelf. So, you know, I fucking love this book. So, for y'all who don't know what The Love Hypothesis is about, let me enlighten you, because this man, this is my book husband. You know, I get a lot of book boyfriends, but this man is my book husband. Just like this man is my TV husband. Okay, Spencer Reid. Oh, that man. Adam Carlson, the man he is. Anyways. This book is about Olive Smith. She is a 3rd-year PhD student at Stanford University, and she's just doing her thing. Well, she kind of had a relationship with this guy who her best friend is now into, but her best friend don't want to date him because it's Olive's ex, even though Olive was like, take him, I don't care, it's okay. Well, to prove to her best friend that Olive doesn't care, one day she tells her, oh, I'm going on a date. The night of that supposed date, she's actually in the lab, and from the corner of her eye, she sees her best friend walking by. So she kisses the first person she sees, who happens to be Adam Carlson. Dr. Adam Carlson, known as, they refer to him like that. I love it. He is the worst nightmare of every PhD student. He makes his students cry, okay? And everyone hates him. He is a professor. She's a student. he's the known ass, she's a sweetheart. But all the same, she kisses him, and then they end up talking it out and talking about a fake dating relationship. Because one, well, she wants her best friend to think she's dating so her best friend can date her ex. And two, he needs Stanford University to think that he will be staying at Stanford so he can have his budget. And of course, they fall in love. And I love every fucking character in this. Whether it's Anne, which is Olive's best friend. Malcolm, I fucking love Malcolm. He's such a diva. Holden, I love him. Oh no, I don't love everyone. We don't love Tom. We don't love Tom in this household. Tom is a bitch. If you know, you know. Anyways, and also something I really, really love in this is something I haven't seen in much books. If like none that I can think of at the top of my head, there is demisexuality representation. I am demisexual. Being demisexual is that you can't have a sexual attraction to someone unless there is a connection and trust there. So for example, someone can go to a bar and hook up with the first person they want because like, oh, you're cute, sexually attracted to you, check, let's do it. I couldn't. And there are times, like she says, for years she'd wonder whether she was asexual, and she had realized only recently that she might be able to experience sexual attraction, but only with people she trusted deeply. Or also, yes, I did tap them. Don't mind me. They talked about multiple times how rare it was for her to experience attraction, especially sexual attraction. Or also something she ends up saying to Carlson, Adam. She says, I don't seem to be able to experience attraction like other people, like normal people. I tried to just do it to get it over with. And the guy I did it with was nice, and the truth is that I don't feel any sexual attraction unless I actually get to trust and like a person, which for some reason never happens, or almost never. It hadn't, not in a long time, but now I really like you and I really trust you. And I love how it's explained. And yeah, there's demisexuality rep in this. There's gay rep. Also, Malcolm, he's Pam. He's a diva. We love him. Anyways, this. Next up, I read for the second time Three Hearts Hideaway by Luna Day. Also, this cover, these colors, girl, I'm about to finish school in graphic design and I want to go like into book cover designs, and this is so fucking pretty. So in Three Hearts Hideaway, we have Ava. Ava just ran away from her hometown after her ex sends the most vile message to all of her contact lists, including her boss, clients, old friends, family. And it's about how, well, she wants to experience kinks. She wants to try some stuff out. And her ex just sends all of her fantasies to everyone. So she packs a suitcase, goes to the airport, and goes to the first place she sees that seems nice, which ends up being Little Greenfield. Little Greenfield is a tiny little town. There is one hotel, one pub, one pharmacy that also is a candy shop. And well, at this one hotel, there is no vacancy because of a fishing thing going on. She thinks she's gonna be stuck sleeping on the streets of this little town that she knows nothing about. But this pub owner talks to her and actually ends up giving her a place to stay. This pub owner is Roman. He is one of our love interests. Roman and his best friend Logan, our other love interest, are currently building this little B&B. And they're like, okay, like, it's not finished. The rooms are not finished. There's no plumbing in the rooms, but we have, like, plumbing in our bathroom downstairs that you could use. And she's like, yes, let's do it. I just need a place to sleep. And this happens, like, most of it happens in, like, 10 days. And she finally finds what love can be like. What a nice dude can actually be like. Well, not only one nice dude, but two of them who treat her like a queen. And yeah, she ends up falling for both of them. They end up falling for her. They end up talking a little bit about, okay, like, what if we go poly? And of course, there's all the things going on for X. Very amazing. I love it. Yes, please. Next up, I read for the third time Sugar Daddies by Jade West. Now, I know the cover is spicy. But it's it's a good fucking book. So in this book, we follow three characters. First, we have Katie, then we have Rick and Carl. Rick and Carl have been together for a couple years, and they are on this sugar daddy website looking for the special one. Katie needs money to buy a yard for her horse, so she gets onto the sugar daddy website. Now, of course, there's a lot of sex, of course, but Rick and Carl have said from the start that they come together or not at all, and that means in more ways than just being together and looking for the one. And at some point, Carl drops a truth bomb, who he thinks will send Katie running, but she doesn't. She doesn't. She loves them. So yeah, they fall in love, and we have a lot of character development, character building in this, especially that during this, two of our characters will have to work together, have a boss and trainee relationship. And yeah, it is very good. I love the development there's in there. And of course, the smut is good. This is one of the example, along with this one, when I talked about how only one of the love interests have a deeper life, and like two, like the others, for this one is Roman, for this one it's Rick, have just like had a great upbringing, so we don't talk much about it, but they're still fucking amazing books. So last but not least, I'm gonna talk about King of Wrath. Now, I'm currently on my reread of King of Wrath. I am 146 pages into my reread, and loving it. So this is about an arranged marriage. We have Dante Russo, the most illegible billionaire CEO bachelor. And we have Vivian, who is just the perfect daughter for her parents, and then she's thrown in this arranged marriage, but she doesn't know why. And of course, throughout it, there will be feeling developing and falling in love and smut, of course. And this is by Anna Long, who is, again, in my top 3 authors. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next one. Bye!